I'll demo on behalf of Richard and Corey this week. Let's see, which may be a surprise to them. But last week we showed off that we're experimenting with some spreadsheeting in the product. So the thought process here is having really the full functionality of an Excel spreadsheet, but connected to your live data in Omni and being able to do all the same live references and things like that. So I think last week we showed off some really pretty things that you can do, like really beautiful formatted sheets like this. Also, you can do some pretty crazy, just like little analysis-y things. And again, it's all like hitting your live data. So you can change these. It's pulling in the actual query results. If I like go in here, it's like pulling the actual value. What Richard and Corey were banging on this week is making sure that these things render and download really nicely. So if you wanted to now build some really beautiful financial reports and actually send those out, I'm going to just jump over to my email, but they render and they look really freaking nice in PDFs or images. So huge kudos to those two for making that possible. And I think one of the neat things about it, and like we have to figure out, because spreadsheets can be a bit brittle intentionally because of like things like this for formatting. But because this is hooked up to our live data, you could do things like apply filters or user attributes. So like the data coming in can be segmented by user. So you could, in theory, start sending these out or like bursting this out to specific users, which is pretty cool. But just nice work to see that the downloads work. I was pushing, I was asking Richard too, like based on what we're doing, if we could even export this to Excel and maintain the full formatting in Excel. And I think we haven't done it yet, but definitely a possibility from what it sounds like is like you could just download this and it would just look the exact same way because it's all Excel stuff. So
I know we're also turning this on internally so that we can use it. What is the current approach going to be for a customer that really wants to try this?
yeah, I think that we are still, I would call this like very alpha. Like there's a lot that's going to change. The questions we're trying to answer are like, where does this sit in the app? What are the interactions between this and other parts like Viz and dashboard? So there's a lot of stuff changing, but I think we're amenable to some folks who want to poke around on it. I would say like, don't build anything production ready quite yet. But I think if folks are interested, let us know. And we're still sorting some things out, but over the coming weeks, I think we're ready to get folks in there and like, we want to learn about the use cases. We want to see how people use this to inform a bit more of how we build this and where it fits into the product. So
Yeah.
I'd say that's
Yeah,
the
I think if
approach.
we let people in, we're going to need to ask for some amount of time per week for them to tell us about their usage of it. But
Yeah.
I like that approach.
Yep. Richard, Corey, feel free to add anything too about how you guys got downloads working, but it's pretty sweet.